Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy E, 1/3 of the High Press Podcast. Look who's back.
Yo, it's good to be back.
My nigga Mark is in the building.
You all forgotten. It's your boy Mark, repping the Cosmos today. We out here at MetLife for the U.S. national team.
He's not dead.
Against Mexico. Nah, not dead. Back from the dead.
Contrary to popular belief, niggas was like, yo, what happened to the other nigga?
Rumors of my demise were premature.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
It was like, what happened to the Arsenal nigga?
Nah, we right here. We right here.
So we actually in the parking lot right now. MetLife Stadium. You know what I mean? We here.
Just arrived. Yeah, we're happy to be here. It's definitely a heavy Mexico crowd. To be expected.
Heavy? You mean all?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I saw one group of white boys, like, with their little. It was a sad group. They was definitely behind enemy lines and shit.
We also saw a dude with a Mexico flag, a cowboy hat, and a Pulisic jersey.
Yeah.
So I don't know who the fuck he's going
with
for.
With the OD ostrich boots. So I mean, he's just here to have a good time. So are we.
Word up.
So are we. I'm excited, bro. This is my first U.S. national team game and my first derby match, the first rivalry match I've gotten to see. So I'm pretty pumped to see what's going on.
That's what's up. So as most of us know, I went to the USA-Mexico Gold Cup match. That shit was lit. This is a friendly, so it's not going to be the same,
Yeah, no, this is. You could tell it's more of a calm, like, chilling atmosphere. There's definitely the intensity of a tournament match is nowhere to be seen. Oh, there's some American fans.
There's some white people, yeah.
Hi Frank.
Hi Julie.
But yeah, it should still be a good time. The weather's not the best, but
yeah, it's been raining all fucking day.
We out here, man. That's how you know only the dedicated people are here tonight. So it should be a good atmosphere.
And by dedicated, you mean all Mexicans, because.
Ain't no Americans coming in the rain. We're a friendly match.
On a Friday night?
Yeah.
Nah, they like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah
man. But anyway, so let's I figure we record a little preview, right? I'll take some videos during the game. Mark gonna take some videos. I'm gonna add those into the joint, and then we gonna do a review after the game while we stuck in traffic driving. Cause I mean, shit.
It's Jersey. It's
we ain't got nothing better to do, right?
So, any thoughts for how what are you looking to see? Because you're more in tune to the goings on of the U.S. national team. So, what are you looking to see from certain guys or from Berhalter, from the team in general?
So, the first thing I'm looking to see is Gyasi Zardes.
Yeah,
I want to see Gyasi Zardes.
Me too.
I'm done with Gyasi Zardes. I'm done with Joey.
I must have said this one of our first episodes. Just gotta put that out there. My bad. Continue.
You're right. But yeah, I definitely want to see Gyasi Zardes. And we were talking about it earlier, especially that goal that he scored last weekend
against Bremen. I mean, on my side, I think he should have already been in the team. I think he should have played at the Gold Cup.
He should have played in the Gold Cup. You're right.
I mean, whatever, they're treating him with kid gloves, bring him along slowly, that's fine, but it was time to bring him up, so I'm happy to see him tonight. I hope he was projected as a starter. Haven't got a chance to see official lineup, but I'll be very disappointed if anyone else was starting.
Yeah, I definitely want to see Gyasi Zardes. Tyler Boyd is back in the team. I definitely want to see a little bit more of Boyd because I liked what he did during the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
And obviously, the one that people are most excited about is Sergino Dest is going to get the start at left back today. 18-year-old from Ajax. From the Ajax first team, too. He made the first team.
He's going to be starting for them this year. So.
Word? He's a starter?
Yeah, he's been getting burned. And there's all the signs from his performance so far. Season's still early, but all the signs are there. He's got, a technical ability, a spatial awareness, and an eye for a pass that even at left back, you could imagine him being part of the creative engine of the team.
You
even
got
from
fucking
that position.
Tim Ream playing left back, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody is better than
as long
Tim Ream.
as he maintains his defensive discipline, which, he's young, so that's probably going to be his big weakness now. But with the coaching he's exposed to, as long as he continues on his current route, I think he'll be able to lock down that left back spot for a decade. We haven't really had a left back as long as I've been watching since maybe Steve Cherundolo. He might have.
Right. And how fucking old is that,
Yeah, so it's been at least 10 years since the U.S. has had a even starting quality left back, I should say.
To be honest with you, our best left back in most recent times is fucking this nigga Fabian Johnson.
Yeah.
And he not even a left back.
Yeah, exactly. Or Chandler, the fuck. So
Timmy Chandler?
It's been a weak spot in the lineup for as long as I can remember. So even as a right-footed guy, if he can nail that down, I think it will be very solid for us, and it's one less thing to worry about.
Yeah. I'm also curious to see the center back partnership. I'm hoping it's Aaron Long and Brooks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad if it was Miazga and Brooks.
Yeah.
But just me as a Red Bull fan personally, I would obviously prefer to see Aaron Long in there. I think Aaron Long is a better player than Matt Miazga.
See, to me, I still believe in Matt Miazga's future. It is. I'll admit it's getting to the point where it needs to become his present. But
right.
I would personally prefer to see Miazga and Brooks as the long-term partnership. But I mean, Brooks is a good player. I got nothing against him. He's performed well. So either or. I think it's still early. So mostly we're just trying to nail down a fucking lineup for the next cycle. So whoever's in there.
I would have loved to see Tyler Adams, but he's still hurt, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so too. But that being said, he's going to have his spot. You know what I'm saying? And then I have no doubts that as soon as he comes back, he's going to pick up to where he left off. I think, same thing with Pulisic. As a fan, you want to see Pulisic. Wow, that dude is getting at that tequila bottle.
They going hard out here, yo.
So, you want to see Pulisic from a fan's point of view, but even from beyond that, he doesn't need to play either. You know what I'm saying? He's earned his spot. So I'm more interested in seeing the guys who are maybe on the periphery and seeing them nail down their spot.
The periphery. Spell periphery.
Periphery.
I don't even know how to spell it, so I'm just gonna take your word for it.
I finished 4th in the Plaza School Spelling Bee.
Ooh, the Plaza! Shout out the Plaza School Spelling Bee.
Yeah.
Gang. Is that in Baldwin?
Yo, it's in the Plaza School Spelling Bee, bro. It was real in these streets.
This nigga said he won the 4th grade spelling bee.
Spell or die. Nah, I finished in 4th place in the spelling bee.
See, you could already see.
I should have just said I won that shit, right?
Right. Say, nobody's gonna go back and check the records, my nigga. Like, I think you'll be all right.
It's probably a much better story.
Take your word for it.
Yeah.
What are you like looking to see?
Like I said, I'm interested in seeing these guys who are on the periphery of the team, and seeing who's gonna really nail down a spot. Because your Yedlins are gonna be there. So the guys like Nick Lima, are you gonna play? What is your best position?
Greg Berhalter really likes Lima, though.
I would love to see what Berhalter sees, so that's why I'm interested. Fuck Donald Trump. You see that girl's sign?
Well, he likes Lima because the mask, the Lucha Libre mask.
I know it was gonna take too long.
The Lucha mask, yeah. But he likes Nick Lima because he can do that. He can slide into midfield and shit.
Yeah, he seems to like that from his fullbacks. I guess that's a part of his system he's trying to build.
Well, that's why he people were going to be mad if he was going to play Tyler Adams at right back. Because that was like the thing. It didn't happen because Tyler Adams was hurt, so we couldn't see it.
But he really wanted to because he has this vision of the fullbacks joining the midfield.
And Tyler Adams did play right back in spots when he was at New York. When he was at
but he's kind of like I'm an Arsenal fan, which is like an Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Like, just because he does a job at right back doesn't mean he should be playing there. You know what I'm saying? And like long term, you don't want to fuck up his development because you just want him at right back. I think he's a midfielder. He's a central midfielder, and that's where you need to be playing him. I
mean, well, see, the argument, right, is that one, he's probably better than DeAndre Yedlin, which I wouldn't argue with.
Which is fine.
And two, our midfield is actually one of our deeper, you know what I'm saying? It's one of our deeper positions.
Like, I don't mean I deadass I love this guy, but like you gotta say like Tyler Adams is probably better than Christian Roldan.
Way better, of course.
I mean, so if you're gonna continue with this 4-3-3, I get it. It gets tight because then you got. I mean, if you're assuming Pulisic at the 10, then you only have 2. You have a 6 and an 8,
which is Weston McKennie,
Tyler Adams, Bradley,
Will Trapp.
Yeah.
But now they brought in a dude from Dusseldorf. Alfonso, whatever his name is. Morales.
Yes, he's starting. He's supposed to start tonight. Alfonso Morales. Yeah. So I mean, you're right. I guess I get it from that perspective, but I don't know. I think he's better than the other players we're talking about, save maybe McKinney. And I mean, I guess you're gonna ride with Bradley one more cycle, but I'm ready to start transitioning.
I don't know if it was me and you that talked about it, or if it was me and Bijan that talked about it, but I think people just unnecessarily hate Michael Bradley, bro. Like with that missed penalty, and you know what I'm saying, and just a lot of other shit, bro. He's still our best, one of our best central midfielders.
I think he had reached a level in his career, and then he took a step back, and that's the problem that I have. And I know, like, how I sound beating the same drum, but when he was playing with Roma and
right.
he was playing with even who was
Chievo, right?
Yeah.
Even the team with the yellow and blue jerseys.
The yellow joints. Or even when he started out with Herenveen, when he started making a name for himself, he was at a level where you're talking one of the best players in CONCACAF. You know what I'm saying? Now, and then he took a step back while still in his prime, and then he's getting old, so he's not even remotely in that conversation. Well, tonight's a game for the younger guys. I want to see who's going to step up and join the ranks of, you're locked in every camp, every tournament. These are the fucking guys we're bringing.
I believe Tim Weah's hurt. I would have loved to see Tim Weah out there.
Yeah, Josie's another one. I'm ready to move on from Altidore, bro.
He's still one of our only forwards, though, man.
Bro, but Weah's hurt.
Weah, they don't even use him as a forward.
Yeah, they like him at left wing.
He's a winger.
But I don't know. I mean, at least Sargent. If not Weah, then Sargent.
Well, that's the reason why Sargent is on the team.
Yeah, That's why I was saying he should have been there at the Copa.
They probably felt like they screwed him over a little bit. I think they were trying to use him for one of the other tournaments, but they didn't even use him for that. So now it's his shot. Him, Sergino Dest, it's all these guys' shots. So we'll see. And I think the U.S. is gonna do pretty good tonight because I don't think Mexico was gonna put out a full strength roster.
Yeah.
I am curious to see. I don't know if he got called up, but I want to see Chucky though.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, he's an electrifying.
I want to see Chucky for the Gold Cup. He wasn't there and shit.
Yeah,
which made it a little closer. We was talking about it in the car. The U.S. Just didn't convert their chances in the first half. Josie missed the sitter. Paul Arriola had a couple chances, and in the second half, fucking Mexico literally ran us off the pitch, bro. They only scored one goal, but they were the clear better team.
It was a class goal. They woke up. That was really it. Is that we kept them in the game. The U.S. played enough to play them off the field. The U.S. played enough to go in with a 2-0 lead at the half, and you kept them in the game. That's what happens. You're not going to keep Mexico down forever. This is as good of a Mexican national team as I've seen. With the guys they have now, when they have everybody at full strength.
Pizarro.
Yeah, when they have everyone there,
Herrera.
This is as good as I've ever seen. Because even remember Oribe Peralta, he ain't sniffing the fucking team anymore.
Well, he's also 37.
He's that old?
Nigga, he been around, bro. He been around. He's at least 35.
No shit.
At least 35.
We'll have to fact check that.
I
get no tape.
High Press Podcast, bro. We don't fact check out here.
I got no tape of Metro PCS service.
Y'all don't listen to us for facts.
Yeah.
That's one thing that you don't listen to the High Press Podcast for. But anyway, yeah, man. Yo, we we smoked a little bit. It's 7:30 right now. Got an hour till kickoff, so we probably gonna walk in a little bit, try to beat this rain, go to our seats and shit. But so what do you think the score is gonna be?
2-1 USA.
2-1 USA. You know what? I'll agree with you.
Concur? That is the official High Press prediction.
High Press Podcast predictions. 2-1.
Yo, if you're watching the game at home, tweet us. Let us know what you think. We're interested. Like, we don't know shit, so you tell us what you know. Let's talk about it, yo.
We gonna see, man. Yo, we out.
Have a good
High
night,
Press
yo.
Podcast.
Game,
we here,
everybody.
man. And we'll be back to recap this shit while we in traffic.
Copy
so
that.
You holla at y'all.
Cantando se alegra el cielo lindo los corazones. Que chingue su madre la América, güey. México, 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 México.
Yo, we mad outnumbered out here. Nah, but look, yo, this nigga Mark got the green on though.
Blending in, bro.
He blending in.
México, México.
Double up, man, I'm trying to add zeros. Them man there for the other win, but we got it last minute, man, I feel like Aguero. Long time, I've been dishing out CVs. Back down, I speak to a boss. And my young bro linking these girls, 950, got make up on this Fendi top. I'm on route to a mill. On route to a mill like Heskey. In my city, might be coming for the sterling. I'm speeding like Stanley, so we might get tech. And this ain't no bin. She pull her top up like I said. She said she wanna go to the finals. Could she even hold the sim?
Yo.
Right. We live.
Whew.
So our predictions were wrong.
Yeah, we could not have been more wrong if we tried. I mean, I guess we got the combined score correct. But, yeah, that shit went completely the other way. We would have predicted. Shit.
Should not go well. If you didn't watch the game, USA lost 3-0. Should have been 3-1, but...
You know what, though? It was a pretty ass penalty. So, like, the fact that it got saved, that's the type of penalty that gets saved. Hold on.
Hey, you guys,
What happened?
we can't get Lyft or Uber here. Can we just go out with you and you guys drop us off in the next corner? Please, it's 3 of us.
No, 3? No, I can't.
Huh?
Sorry, baby.
Okay.
Sorry, baby. So we just got flagged down by some random people talking about they can't get a Lyft or Uber and they want to ride with us. And I said no because they was wearing Mexico jerseys.
Nah. To be fair, I mean, I guess they might have fit, but...
Well, if it was 3 bitches, I would have said yes. But it was one chick, one dude, and I didn't know who the other one was. It was probably another dude, so I said nah. Fuck that.
Dub. All right. We'll cut this. Back to the fucking task at hand. So, yo, it was a 3-0 molly whopping. It really was a dominant performance by Mexico. Now, was it a dominant performance by Mexico or was it an ass performance by the USA?
I think it might have been a combination of both.
Definitely
actually,
a solid
to
combination
be honest
of both.
with you. Mexico was very good. Mexico looked very sharp, bro. They looked a lot sharper than the U.S.
I think that the ability... I think U.S. got overran in the midfield. I mean, any USA defender would gather the ball and they would try to get it upfield, and they just had to contend with 3 Mexican black jerseys.
Yeah, man, Walker Zimmerman was fucking trash today.
Giveaway City.
Oh my God! If you've never seen Zimmerman play before, like if you're not an MLS fan and you've never seen LAFC, he's actually pretty decent. But tonight, yo, at least 4 or 5, 6 clear giveaways.
Now, as somebody who's watched him before, because there's no doubt that, like, he played like shit, and tonight he wasn't good enough. Now, do you think that it's a long-term thing, like homeboy's just not good enough, or did he have a bad day?
No, I think it was more so that he had a bad day, bro. I've seen Walker Zimmerman play tons. He's actually really good, really athletic, young, tall center back. He's smart.
I don't think his issue was getting to the ball as much as it was trying to recycle possession. Yeah, once the press was on top of him, he was a deer in the headlights, happy feet, and could not maintain possession for the USA.
We were saying, too, we were like, yo, you can tell the guys that play in Europe and, like, bigger leagues and the guys that play in Major League
It was immediately
Soccer.
apparent. There was a speed of thought that was lacking, and there was a comfort on the ball that was lacking. It was kind of a similar complaint that you could have had about USA for the past. As long as there's been a USA national team, is that compared to other countries, we don't have that kind of calmness when the ball's in our zone. They either try to get rid of it as quickly as possible, and they end up giving it to the defense. And I think a lot of the goals were giveaways where Mexico was on the front foot and they had numbers in the final third just off the strength of USA giving the ball away in a dangerous area.
I don't remember how they scored the first goal.
Well, that was the first one. It was a giveaway, and they fed it out to Tecatito, who did, I mean...
Oh,
that's a goal.
Yo, I love Sergino Dest. He's going to be really good for the U.S., but, bro, Tecatito put him on a fucking body
That
bag,
was a welcome
bro.
to CONCACAF, bro.
Oh, my God.
And I think Serginho actually played well considering, but he looked like an 18-year-old.
Yes,
So
definitely.
you could see the talent, but obviously, as any 18-year-old fullback, he's going to have to work on his defense.
And, like, you can tell that they were targeting him, too.
Yeah.
You know?
And then when Lovitz came in, they went straight back to that left side. And the last goal kind of came, well, again, it was a giveaway. But you could tell there was a game plan for Mexico that they had eyed out that the left side of the USA defense was going to be a weak spot.
Yeah. So the first goal was Corona, megged Desk down the right wing, chipped it into the box. Chicharito with the header. You already know.
I didn't get a good look of who it was, but there was somebody before Serginho that also got cooked. Tecatito cooked 2 guys down that right wing, down Mexico's right wing, and put in a beautiful far post cross. And you know that's just money for Chicharito. He'll score those
anytime. Yeah, it was right in front of goal, right over the U.S. defender's head.
Maybe 7-8 yards out with a free header.
It was nothing Zach Steffens could do.
I think the beauty of that goal was in Tecatito's build-up.
Yeah, definitely. That shit was beautiful. You're definitely going to watch that shit on SportsCenter Top 10.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the second goal was another giveaway. Zach Steffens, I believe.
Yes.
You know, it was like a back pass. It was a back pass.
I think he kind of got caught between sending it long and finding a guy, and he ended up doing neither and giving it straight away to Mexico within 25, 30 yards of his own net.
And I think it was the substitute. I think his name is Gutierrez. He came in and, like, literally 2 minutes later, he scored the fucking goal. Like, they literally just gave it to him.
Yeah.
You know, and then the third goal was actually a counter. It was off of, I believe it was a USA corner kick. And we hit the corner too long. Then we tried to recycle possession and keep it on their end. Mexico get the turnover, and they just fucking bomb it down the wing, bro.
Yeah, I think my main takeaway from this match was just the real lack of composure on the U.S. side. Also, the isolation of Pulisic, where his skill is apparent. In close spaces, he's as good as anybody. So he could always get past the first man, but then there would be three more guys, and he would have no support up front.
Yeah, there's nobody else up there, especially when you start fucking Gyasi Zardes.
Yeah, I don't get it. And, you know, he's an easy guy to pick on, but the same failings that he's had his entire career are still apparent. So I really fail to understand what Berhalter sees in him that he's been getting so many crucial minutes.
Bro, it has to be blackmail, my nigga. He has to have a fucking Berhalter sex tape from Columbus and shit.
It's really the only thing that makes sense at this point.
On, son.
He gave nothing. He did not connect possession. He could not collect long balls, I should say.
He has the worst touch ever, I think.
It was a real, nothing performance. He would have served us better sitting on the bench. I think it was a negative performance. It wasn't that he did nothing. It was that his presence on the pitch in a USA jersey actually negatively affected the team effort.
Fucking Gyasi Zardes, man. Yo, we can't get away from
honestly,
this guy,
if he never plays again, it'll be too goddamn soon.
But you know he's gonna.
I know.
He's one of our forwards, bro.
He is the starting number 9.
Yeah,
I think he gets. On top of Altidore, he's always a fucking available. He's got nothing else to do than play for fucking Team USA.
He's never hurt.
He's hurt. I know.
Fuck, pull a hamstring or something, my nigga.
He's so durable, and I guess it's his work rate, and he must be a good guy because he keeps getting caps, and it's time to move on.
I mean, but doesn't that speak towards the lack of depth in our forward pool too? You know, like when we only really have 3 options, and it's not even 3, it's more like
so. I guess you
half an option.
From the old generation, you have Altidore and Zardes,
right? And
then from the new generation, I'd say you have Josh Sargent. You have my man from the Balkans. He plays in the Dutch league.
Novakovic.
Yeah, I mean you have him.
Tim Weah can play forward, but I think he's better on the wing. That's where he's playing for.
The thing is, he was a striker in youth team, so maybe he's playing out on the left in Europe. But I think in a CONCACAF setting, maybe he does have the ability to play through the middle, and I think it's worth a shot because there's nobody from any previous generation of the national team that's offering anything at the number 9 position.
Right. I mean, I also think that it's more of a skill set thing because the Berhalter system is the striker is more of a target man. Yeah. You know, he's supposed to link up.
But Zardes isn't giving you that either.
Right. He's supposed to hold the ball up, allow the wings to cut inside, and then the fullbacks to overlap.
Okay, so fine. That's Berhalter's system. Then put in Novakovic. He's 6'4". He's got good feet. There's under no circumstances should Gyasi Zardes continue to play striker for the United States national team.
So can we officially say High Press Podcast is done with Gyasi Zardes?
Done with Gyasi Zardes.
During a friendly, bro? You can't even
Bro, yes, a friendly kind of put it over the top. This is the first time I've had the distinct displeasure of seeing this motherfucker play live. But bro, this has been the same story for years. The qualifiers, Gold Cups, World Cups, he's always playing and he's never fucking performing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
over it. I'm over it.
I have to agree with you, bro.
I'm over it.
He can't play no more. Yeah, so those were the 3 goals from Mexico. USA, actually, we missed it. USA won a penalty late.
Oh yeah, we went to pee. We after the 3rd Mexican goal, I will fully admit the rain kind of started kicking in. We have a long drive ahead of us. We're fucking off. You know, we went to go take a piss, come back, and just in time to watch Sargent. I mean, he didn't miss the penalty. It was a pretty poor penalty. A good height to save it, and not nearly far enough from the keeper.
Yeah, I mean, but you would think, you know.
What I saw a lot of today was young players who had their kind of welcome to the big time moment. Alfonso Morales had a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've discussed Serginho and Sargent, but it's almost. Yes, I admit I give these guys a longer leash because they need to take these lumps. I mean, I think long term these are the guys that are going to be important contributors for the national team. They need to take their lumps now. So, yes, I'm being much nicer to them than I am to the Zardeses of the world. But, you know, these older guys, they've had a chance to prove themselves and they've thrown it away. So, you know, listen, it's a friendly match. We don't want to... It looked like shit, but at the end of the day,
it wasn't good,
it's at the beginning of a cycle. You take your lumps now so you play better later. But I was a little disappointed with some of the guys that Berhalter picked for this group.
Was there anybody that you thought played well, or since you said you haven't really seen?
I mean, if we're talking
live?
player ratings, from a 1 to 10 scale, I don't know if there's anybody I could really give a 7.
Yeah. Aaron Long.
Aaron Long, he looked good. I liked what I saw from him.
Wait, what did you say when I was bigging up Aaron Long?
Oh yeah, that's your husband now. But
that's my husband.
To be
Red
fair,
Bull gang, baby. You fucking know what's up.
To be fair, I liked his composure back there. He did play a decent game. Serginho gave a lot going forward.
Yeah, definitely.
His defensive contribution. That's going to be the last thing he learns. When he figures out defense, I think he's going to be a stud because going forward, he's good.
Well, also playing in the Dutch league, defense is pretty much optional.
Yeah, that's true. Playing fullback in the Dutch league you can tell that he's very comfortable on his front foot, and playing defense is not his strong suit yet. But to be fair,
he had spurts though.
No, yeah, overall I liked what he saw. I mean, listen, much better players than him have been fucking cooked by Tecatito. You know what I'm saying? There's no shame in that.
I thought Tyler Boyd was pretty average, unremarkable, unmemorable.
He had a couple of moments. I like his directness. He had a couple moments early in the first half.
Yeah, one where he got to the touchline pretty easy and tried to put in the cross. But
there was not enough consistency to his game. He wasn't there enough. He kind of faded out and he got pulled pretty early.
And then who else? Will Trapp. Nah.
That meant nothing to me.
Nah.
That's another one. I see why people
another
like him.
Barhalter guy, bro.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
And it's just
Columbus.
I don't see a long-term. Well, I don't want to say I don't see a long-term future because I can absolutely see Berhalter picking this motherfucker until the cows come home. But what I do say is I don't think he's good. I don't think he's an international level player. I think he's a decent MLS player. He might even be good enough for the Belgian league or something, playing in Denmark, but as an international class center CDM, I'm not buying it.
Yeah. I mean, granted, we were talking about it earlier, you got to remember that's actually Tyler Adams' spot, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
He would be a bench guy, but I definitely would have much rather seen...
And a good point you brought up is how lost the Red Bulls have been on defense without Tyler Adams.
Oh my
and
God.
I think that's kind of apparent here. There was... Weston McKennie, you saw effort, but none of these guys were really able to impose themselves in the midfield. It was pretty much downhill traffic for Mexico.
Yeah, we barely had any possession.
Yeah.
There were spurts, but...
And there were so many times where... Because, Mexico was sending guys forward, and so many times where the USA gets some green grass ahead of them, and they can't connect more than a few passes
4 or 5 passes.
The last pass, either it's... puts the guy in a position where he can't control and the ball gets taken from him. I saw passes go straight fucking out of bounds, behind the intended target. So there was a sharpness and technical ability and composure that is sorely lacking. I hope it's just a bad day, but I mean, it kind of lays bare where we are in CONCACAF, to where there's a solid gulf between us and Mexico.
Yeah. I mean, you said you like Reggie Cannon. How'd you think he played? I think he did okay. Yeah. I don't think he did too much going forward, but he was better defensively than Dest.
I liked his heart, yeah, and I think there was a play I noticed in the first half where the Mexican attacker was almost by him, and he just sold the fuck out and got back into position. And it looked ugly, but he was able to get the ball out to touch and stop a Mexican attack. So I liked his heart. I like his contribution. Is he the starting right back for the future? Remains to be seen. I think Yedlin does that same job of defensive solidity and a little bit going forward better than Cannon does.
Right.
But we'll see. I mean, as you said, Berhalter also likes Tyler Adams at the right back. So the amount of competition at that spot is going to make it hard for Reggie. But I liked what I saw.
Zach Steffens, I mean, he let 3 goals in, but he had a couple good saves too.
It was really the giveaway on the second goal that's a problem for me. I mean, on a game like today, you're going to give up goals where your defense isn't doing shit, your midfield isn't doing shit.
They're killing possession.
Yeah, where your team is putting themselves under pressure. You're going to give up your goals, but that giveaway was very ugly to me, and that's a little worrying.
What about for Mexico? Who impressed you for Mexico?
I mean, who didn't? Obviously, right. Tecatito looks strong. There's a lot of talk about the new generation, about Lozano and Diego Lainez, but Tecatito, it was very impressive. I think the competition at his spot, he's not going to give away that spot easily. I mean, I imagine a lot of Mexican fans are going to be clamoring for Lozano, and I don't blame anybody, or Lainez. But you know what? That Tecatito, you could see he's a veteran kind of guile about him these days. And, they're fucking solid all around. Guardado is ageless. He ain't going nowhere.
How fucking old is that guy, bro?
I mean, he's definitely at 32, 33, 34. He's not old, but if he plays at the next World in Qatar at 37, 36, 37, 38, I wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah. I definitely thought that he was probably the most impressive. Especially, he was definitely the most flashy guy.
Yeah.
I thought Chicharito, was getting in some positions. I also thought when Uriel Antuna came in, he was the one that scored the third goal. He's a LA Galaxy player from, I think he's on loan from Man City, I think. And he was actually pretty good. He played about 20, 25 minutes. Scored a goal and shit on a fucking, on a nice little counter attack.
Yeah, I mean, he was there. He was in the right spot. He got fed a nice through ball, 1-on-1 with Zach Steffen, who at this point had all of his confidence sapped. It's a pretty easy finish. We saw it in the stadium. All the Mexican fans are going home happy tonight, and they certainly earned it. I mean, did you see any troubles? I don't know I don't see too much. This game was almost too easy that I can't say that Mexico was tested.
Right.
So,
yeah, we had a couple chances. Maybe good chances, maybe 2 or 3. But really, that's pretty much about it. We really didn't do anything. Most of our stuff came off of like set pieces and shit. When like Pulisic would dribble past 70 people and then get fouled, we'd try to put something in a box. We'd overhit crosses. Going back to your point, I definitely think it was Mexico just showing that they're a lot better than us. Now that like we're talking about it and shit.
Because you imagine the guys that make up the U.S. roster, right? It's maybe, 60, 70% MLS guys and the rest European guys, or even 50-50. Everybody's playing now.
Right.
The MLS are in they're in the fucking dog days of their season, so you can't say, they're not sharp.
Yeah, they're not informed.
The guys playing in Europe have had a whole training camp and have played a couple of games now. So, I mean, you pick teams where you can't say anybody's rusty because of the schedule. 2 teams where everybody's at more or less full strength and is in the best form they're going to be at to get picked, and USA got played off the fucking pitch.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was a good atmosphere, though. That was probably, the most enjoyable thing.
I had a blast, yeah. The takeaway for tonight for me is going to be the atmosphere, the Mexican fans. What would you say the breakdown was?
95-5.
Yeah, it was heavy.
it was worse than the Gold Cup. There was more Americans there for the Gold Cup. than it was for this international friendly. But I mean, there is a fucking, there's millions of Mexicans in New York, so and Jersey, you know what I'm saying?
You know what?
So,
the
I kinda
atmosphere was better for it. It was a good time. The food was bomb. If you ever get a chance to go to a Mexico game, even if you don't got a ticket, just pull up and just eat the food at the fucking tailgate,
bro. They had everything, son. They had fucking shish kebabs. They had the corn.
Churros, elotes.
Churros.
My favorite part is, no podemos vender, la policía pasa. Everybody stop, put their hands in their pockets, we looking the other way. Go, police pass, bang, go right back. $5. Let me get the pork, man. Pause.
Hell yeah, son. Like, you didn't even have to eat inside. They had everything out there for you, grilling up fresh. Somebody grandma was over there.
Somebody must have fucking robbed a truck of Listerine strips. Those shits were getting...
What was that?
I don't... And then, everybody had them, because you saw people selling them. You saw Ak bringing them back to the bodega to resell. And you saw soccer moms just carrying a fucking box of it, I'll find something to do with it. That was wild.
There was literally this one little girl, bro. She had 10 boxes of fucking Listerine.
Yeah, over her head, blocking her face, selling.
And they weren't the personal boxes, nigga. Those was the boxes that the supermarket ordered.
Those are wholesale boxes.
I've
seen Listerine strips in the fucking longest, bro.
I mean, could that be why they was just giving them away? Maybe it's like a promo item?
There can't be a market for Listerine strips. I can't imagine there is.
Could have been a promo item or something,
So what's next for Team USA? I mean...
I forget who they play next. They do play, I think, Tuesday or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe Venezuela, but I don't know. That doesn't sound right.
I mean, I think Venezuela. That's what you told me before. We're going to assume it's correct.
Yeah, because once again, High Press
you
Podcast.
Don't come here for facts.
Yeah, we don't fact check. Y'all fucking know, you know what I'm saying, who we playing by the time I edit this shit.
You got a goddamn smartphone, don't you?
Right? Come on, man.
Fucking... So, Zimmerman has to come out.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think this was a good representation of what
he brings to the table.
Offers. He definitely offers a lot more than he did today. Today he was horrible.
So for Long to be able to show up and then for you to just be there just shitting the bed, it almost makes it look worse. I mean, all right, maybe you had a bad day, but your partner didn't. He came to fucking play, so what happened to you?
Yeah. I mean that's John Brooks' spot. So I'm not really too worried.
But if we're talking about then the second unit, I mean, why aren't we talking about Carter Vickers or Palmer Brown?
I mean, so I think Miazga is there. Miazga is in the fold. Carter Vickers and Palmer Brown, they're a little younger. So they're more U21 guys. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, fuck it. We haven't made an Olympics in fucking forever. I mean, I get it. I guess you want to keep a team together. You have, I don't know. I just think the best guys should play for the senior team. And I think from what I saw with Zimmerman, that these other guys deserve a look. Because you know what you're going to get from Brooks. You more or less know what you're going to get from Miazga.
Right.
I mean, so, I don't know. I think I haven't seen too much from Walker Zimmerman in the USA jersey before tonight that makes me say, you know what, give him a chance.
Right. We'll see. I mean, I also think it could be because, they're on big clubs. I think Carter Vickers is on...
He's on the Tottenham books.
Tottenham, yeah. And then Palmer Brown is...
He's been rattling around the lower leagues for a while.
But that's what it is. They're, consistently going out on loans and shit like that. And I don't even know if they're playing while they're on the loans.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of hard to...
I mean, bring them to camp. Give them a look. I mean, because at the end of the day, you're never going to be able to say... this guy is doing this in MLS, so it's better than what this guy is doing in the championship or even
League One.
I mean, granted, the attackers in MLS are pretty solid, so I'll say that. But I don't think any Walker Zimmerman's body of work in the MLS completely precludes him to say, this is this guy's spot until he loses it. I think that these other guys deserve to be in the mix. There should be a little bit more competition for that back end center back spot for that second unit.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens on Tuesday. Probably, Miazga and Brooks are going to be the starting pair.
Yeah.
And then they'll kind of, they'll switch it up and shit, give everybody a game. I would like to see... I was even going to say, I would like to see Pulisic run out again, but you know what? They probably won't even run him out again.
Yeah,
They probably told Chelsea, like, yo,
I'm at a
don't even
certain
worry
point.
about it.
I was glad Pulisic played. I was glad I got to see him in action, but he doesn't need to be there. You already know what you're gonna get from him. He's a fucking performer and is one of the best players in CONCACAF. I mean, you see, he can't take 2 steps before somebody hacks him,
Right.
and that's almost as good of an endorsement as anything, you know, because the defenders are afraid of him. So he doesn't need to play. He's got nothing to prove. His spot is locked in. Whenever Pulisic comes, you don't even really got to call him up if you don't, you know what I'm saying, if he doesn't want to come.
Right. I mean, we were talking about it earlier that this is an actual FIFA international break. So
he's available. Yeah. Chelsea's not holding him, but he definitely shouldn't be a January camp. You know, shit like that.
Camp cupcake.
Yeah. So he's there. I mean, again, I said it before in the pregame. I want to see the guys who's going to fill out. We 1 to 11. Most of those guys are pretty much locked in. Who's going to be 12 to 23? Yeah. That's where I want to see decisions get made.
Because those are going to be those depth guys. The guys that come off the bench, you know, when we're maybe down, you know, a goal or two, or
you know what I'm saying,
or when we're trying to defend the lead. Or
Mexico
something.
is bringing Antuna, Lozano off the bench, or in a different situation, they're bringing Tecatito off the bench. Who's USA bringing off the bench? You know, who's stepping up when, you know, the Zardeses of the world aren't performing? So there's a lot on the table. Berhalter has not performed the worst, but he's yet to prove himself.
Well, he started off like 4-0, 5-0.
Yeah,
and, you know,
I think there was a new manager bounce situation because it was such a mess previously between
Klinsmann and
Arena. Yeah, so that anybody who was going to show up was going to get a bounce just off the strength of, you know, a little added stability. I mean, I like that, but, you know, sometimes I get Bob Bradley vibes with him, to where, you know, they're there, they're maybe not looking completely terrible, but they're not doing anything either. There's no positivity to it.
Right. It's like you kind of know, you know we're gonna get to a certain point, and then we're not gonna have the quality.
We're gonna fight and run, but we're gonna lose in the end. And it's, I mean, we've been doing that long.
It's unfortunate, but it's true. Yeah.
You know, I want to see an evolution from that. I want to see them build from that. You know, the talent pool is only getting deeper, but the results have not changed.
Yeah, speaking of the talent pool, we were kind of talking about these Mexican-American players and all of that shit. We were talking about our boy from the Galaxy, Efrain.
Yeah.
Do you think that he'll actually pick the U.S. or do you think he'll
I'd say right now 70-30 he's playing for Mexico.
Even though he plays in, you know, for the Galaxy and shit?
Yeah, but
we were talking about Jonathan Gonzalez. I think him playing in Mexico actually had a very big effect on him, you know?
Now, the thing is that the Mexican Federation is a much more professional organization than U.S. soccer. Yeah. So they're in contact with him. I feel like with Jonathan Gonzalez, because we have players that play in Mexico and are Mexican descent, play in Mexico, but still play for the USA. Right. So that kind of situation isn't anything new. We have plenty of guys like that have Joe Coronas of the world, blah, blah, blah. I think the situation with Jonathan Gonzalez is that there was no outreach from the U.S. Federation to Jonathan. He didn't feel like he was in the loop. He felt that there was kind of an attitude of complacency that, of course, you're going to play for us. And Alvarez has already said that he hasn't been contacted. Yeah, that's really why.
So a lot of people in U.S. soccer were really scared about that.
And that's why I say he's going to play. Less partly because of the results that have been on the field. You know, if you're a kid looking at this, what team do you want to play for if you have to choose? You know what I'm saying? But I think the lack of contact, the lack of professionalism from the U.S. youth coaching staff, the assumption that this kid grows up here, he's going to play for here. I still don't think there's a full understanding of the kind of, I don't want to say split loyalties, that has a negative connotation, but kind of the influences that a Latino kid has to deal with, and how much his ancestry means and how important it is.
Well, he said that it's his father's dream for him to play for Mexico.
And, more power to him and his dad. So everything we discussed kind of points to him playing for Mexico.
Yeah. So now we still have that issue with Sergiño Dest. I mean, he's played for the Netherlands U15 team, I think, but then he switched over. He played U17s with us. He played U20s with us. Now he just got his first taste of the senior team, although it's not a cap tying match.
No, it's not. I mean, I think the jury's still out. I mean, if you're him, why would you rush to make a decision? I mean, the USA should absolutely, the first qualifier, try to cap tie him, because he is good, and I think he can be a starting quality left back. Maybe he won't be world class, but he'll be better than what we've had. But yeah, I think his decision is still up in the air. He hasn't had to make.
He can crack that Netherlands team though?
That I'm not sure of, and I think obviously that's going to be the end of it.
With the World Cup coming up, I think that's our chance to be like, hey, listen, you're probably not going to make their roster.
Because what is it, 2019? You say what? He'll be 20, 21 for the Qatar World Cup. He'll start. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to come out, he'll start. He might play for the Netherlands. Probably won't. You know what I'm saying? So I think I want to say he'll play for the fact that he's here now means a lot, But
right, because he started with the Netherlands and then he switched over to us.
He came over here. I mean, it's too early for him to make a decision. I don't really expect him to make a decision now. But, I mean, if you had to ask me, I'd say he'll end up playing for the USA.
So, Dest, USA, Efrain Alvarez, though, you think is going to...
Yeah, 100%.
You know what? I'll probably have to agree with you. But you know what? The last time we agreed, we said the USA was going to win 2-1 today, so...
I hope I can be wrong again. At least when it comes to Efrain. We certainly need the goddamn help.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And it's crazy, too, because even fucking Zlatan has said...
he's disgusting.
He said that he's the best talent in Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
Like, he's not the best player, but, you know what I'm saying? He's the
best prospect.
Yeah, he's the best talent in Major League Soccer.
I mean, he was like 15 playing with men in USL and ripping,
killing, destroying.
Absolutely.
His first game on his debut, he got a fucking assist to Zlatan.
Yeah, absolutely cooking people. So I mean, he's as talented as anybody outside of a CONCACAF first 11.
So now, speaking of the whole CONCACAF thing, well, before we get into that, is there anything else you want to wrap up with the USA this game and all of that shit? Or
I don't know if I can fucking spew any more vitriol for the night, but I'd say it wasn't good. It wasn't good. For TLDR, it was not good. Needs improvement.
Okay. But yeah, so it's funny because I think we had talked about me and Bijan talked about this on a podcast a few episodes ago. But I wanted to pose it to you. Who do you think is the best player in CONCACAF? Out of, obviously, the main 4 or 5.
So, I think our top 4, right, is Raul, Pulisic, Leon Bailey, and Irving Lozano. Yeah, Chucky. Right. I mean, like I said, it's hard to pick because I think in terms of talent level, they're all on the same plane. But none of them have taken a major step to where that they can say I'm better than the other three.
Right. None of them are in superstar. They're all on the cusp. Right?
Yeah. I mean, on form, I'd say maybe Raul.
He did have a great year.
Off the strength of the previous season he had with Wolves, I would say Raul Jimenez right now. I'm gonna stick to that.
Raul, so originally I said Pulisic was.
I mean, if you asked me this question last year, I'm saying Pulisic or Leon Bailey.
Yeah.
But now it's a real conversation.
I just said Pulisic just because I think, I actually like where he's at right now in Chelsea. I think it's actually a very good place for him. And I think he may have started off a little slow. Everybody is, talking about the other kid, Mount. Yeah, everybody's talking about Mason Mount. He's the one scoring and shit. But, I mean, sometimes goals and all of that, they don't really tell all the story. Pulisic is definitely
and he's never...
well.
If we're being honest, he's a connection guy. He's a playmaker.
Right.
He's not a scorer. He's not a goal scorer.
Exactly.
I think that's kind of why Dortmund was ready to move on from him and go with Sancho.
But with Chucky now switching to Serie A, we're going to see if he keeps putting up the numbers that he was putting up at PSV.
Yeah.
Then I think it's going to switch to
I got to be honest. I think if we have this conversation next May, next June,
it's going to be a totally different
after the European season ends, I think Chucky's going to have the best season in Europe. In the 2019-2020 season, Chucky's going to have the best season. So when we get to the end of the season, we're going to be saying that he's the best player in CONCACAF.
And then the year after that is going to switch, right? Because we were saying that right now it's a really good argument because there's no clear-cut answer. You can literally argue all four guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't say, no, you're wrong.
They've all had enough of a body of work to say you can make a case for all of them, but you can also discredit any case made for any of them, you know?
Now I'm going to throw another name at you. Carlos Vela.
Shit. You know what? Yes, he's as good as anybody.
Former gunner.
Yeah, and I think he has the talent. He's as good, and he's a veteran compared to all the players.
He is a little older, right?
All the players we talked about, maybe Raul's the oldest at like 23, but we're talking about guys in their early 20s. So maybe he's a better player, but I feel like maybe it's unfair to him, but I feel like he's disqualified from the conversation.
Because he plays in Major League Soccer?
No, because of his lack of playing time with the Mexican national team. I feel like when you talk about the best CONCACAF players, more than maybe when you're talking about other federations, you kind of bring in their national team play into the conversation, you know? I'm saying, like, other guys, you talk about UEFA, you could say, Mohamed Salah, he hasn't really played that great for Egypt, but because he's destroying in the Champions League, you say, all right, he's maybe the best player in Africa.
Yeah.
I think in CONCACAF, it's a little different because you have to take into account what they're doing for the respective national teams. I don't know.
So with Vela, I think right now, I didn't put him in the top four just because of the age thing. I think he's 28, 29. Yeah. All the other guys, like you said, are
You know what, though? If you're a coach for a club team and you have all five of these guys on your team, I think you're putting the most trust in Carlos.
Yes,
Carlitos. You know what I'm saying? I think that's your first guy on the team sheet. So maybe, in that sense, maybe he is the best player in CONCACAF. But I think his kind of it's not necessarily, it's been off the pitch mostly, but his inability to play for Mexico and perform on the pitch kind of takes him out of that conversation. But yeah, you can absolutely make it. He belongs there, though. He's top five. He's top five.
We're curious to hear what you guys think. So, drop those comments and on us. Hit us on Twitter and shit. Let us know who you think is the best CONCACAF player out of those five. We'll leave Carlos up there just because you can't.
You know what? I mean, I kind of said 5 minutes ago. I said he didn't belong there, but he does. He's performed. He's performed in the leagues in Europe. No, he has not gotten the burn from Mexico, but. He's good.
Granted, I believe he turned down the most recent call.
Yeah, it's really mostly. It's not. He's always, for the last 10 years, he's been. He would have started for Mexico if he was being picked to play, but it's mostly been because of political situations and off the pitch conflicts that he hasn't played. That's why it's a little unfair to hold it against him. But yeah, I kind of haven't seen him go up against the guys we're talking about.
Right, yeah, man. Damn, we're almost home, kid.
That wasn't too bad.
That wasn't bad at all, bro. No. I definitely thought, so I think the crowd, they said, was what, 47,000?
47,000, yeah.
So that was a pretty good crowd.
Yeah,
we got out of this shit easy. And we couldn't even find our car.
Yeah, no, actually, that was fun. It took us a solid 20 minutes
to find out where the fuck our park at. Word up. Before we wrap up, is there anything else that you're looking forward to, or any other topics you want to?
You know what, man? I'm ready for this international break came too soon. I'm really pumped for the fucking for the European club calendar.
Okay.
Champions League starts up soon.
And
Europa
already started, right?
No, I mean the qualifiers. But the group stage is still ready to start. Arsenal has a very forgiving group this year, so maybe this is the year we finally get over the hump in Europa League. But I'm ready. International break. I'm ready to get this shit over with and get back to the club season.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Obviously, I don't have any international. I don't have any European football to worry about with fucking Everton. But I think we have to focus on the Premier League so that we can get that shit next year.
Yeah, and it's also embarrassing that I know so little about it, but the Copa Libertadores is in the semifinal stage, so I gotta get my Cody together and get a good stream because
Copa Lib is always lit, bro.
Yeah, it's getting to the end of that fucking tournament, so definitely Copa Libertadores, European club season. It's a great time of year to be a sports fan.
Last episode on the podcast, my cousin told me that he told me a story. I don't know if you heard it, but he went to a Boca versus River Plate game.
Oh shit! In Argentina.
Oh wow, bro. So it was a Boca home game. Yeah, it was him and his man. I think they lived in Argentina for like 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, they went down there on some like exchange student program.
Okay.
Type shit.
In the Bombonera too. Yeah. That's a very iconic stadium. Yeah. That's
awesome.
So
he went there, right? They got tickets from some guy, standing room only. He says, and the stadium has 2 bowls. It has the lower bowl and the top bowl. So obviously, Boca's home.
Yeah.
Boca is on the bottom bowl. They have the River Plate fans up top.
Yeah.
He said midway through the game, the fucking River Plate started pulling their dicks out and pissing on the Boca fans.
Goodness gracious. I mean, there used to be a thing, and when you were taking a corner kick in Azteca, they were throwing fucking Ziploc bags full of piss
at you,
the guy
right?
taking the corner. Yeah. Latin America, come on, guys. We don't need to be pissing on people to get our points across, yo.
When he told me that story, I said, wait a minute, wait. Like, you sure it wasn't
was he rocking neutral colors? Like,
they said they went with just white t-shirts.
Yeah.
You know, because he said it's too crazy out there.
Yeah.
You know, he says you don't want to be involved in any of that.
Especially if you're buying random tickets, because there, like, in a country like that, you got to sit in the section with your fans. Because you'll fucking get your wig pushed back for sitting in the wrong section.
So, they said that they had just neutral, like, white t-shirts on and shorts and shit like that.
fucking tourists across on their foreheads and shit.
But he said it was a great fucking atmosphere. He said that luckily, the standing room only, it was covered.
Okay.
So they weren't getting pissed on, but he saw people getting pissed on.
That's horrific.
Bro, when he told me that story, I started crying, son. I was like, my nigga. So what's the wildest shit you seen, like, during a soccer match?
See, I've only been to games, like, around here in New York, so you know what I'm saying? You see a dude light up, you see some flares go off.
Nigga, we was lighting up.
Yeah, word. I mean, I've definitely seen, so the first live match I ever went to was the East River Derby, we call it, City versus the Cosmos, away at Cosmos at Hofstra's Lacrosse Stadium, and there was definitely some scraps there. That was a really I think in terms of live, what I've experienced, the most atmospheric football match and the most eventful football match. So there's definitely something from that game. But yeah, I definitely got to get myself out into the world, into Europe and South America to catch a game in that environment.
Me and Bijan, next year coming up, 2020, we're trying to figure out where we want to go. Do we want to go to the Euros, or because the Euros I believe is in I think it's in like 3 countries and shit.
Yeah.
Or I think it was the Gold, no, not the Gold Cup. What's the one from South America?
Oh, the Copa America.
Yeah. Or down there, because I think this year they're doing it in Argentina and Colombia, I think.
I would say, and if you're picking between one of those two, I would say the Copa America, honestly.
Copa America.
In terms of atmosphere,
and also our dollar will go a lot.
Yeah,
further.
that's true. Yeah, from an economic standpoint, I think it'll be a much more affordable trip, and
Colombia, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what the fuck I'll do in Colombia, nigga? I won't come back.
Yeah. Honestly, just because, like, you don't want to catch a case, don't tell us.
You stupid. I'm finding my wife down there, bro. I'm moving and I'm having some little light-skinned fucking blonde Colombian babies that's gonna play for Everton and shit one day.
That sounds like a good as plan as any, bro.
But yeah, man, we were trying to figure out, because I think like the Euros is gonna be in a couple cities. I think there was like Prague was holding a couple of them. We were just talking about Prague too. But yeah, we were like, I think we want to go to Colombia. I've heard a lot of good things about Colombia.
I mean, so the Euros, you're gonna get a very organized, like, fan experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have
Copa America is gonna be a shit show.
Yeah, you're gonna have all the amenities that you might be used to as a traveling gringo. But, I mean, the Copa America is that I kind of like the lawlessness and the Wild Westness about it is really makes it, to me, more appealing. It's a shit show, like you said. It's going to be fucking bananas. The passion is there. Yeah, the Copa America, I'm going to go out on a limb here, is outside of the World Cup, the best continental tournament from a neutral perspective.
Right.
I mean, the Euros might have the best quality, but the Copa America is just a blast.
Speaking of shit shows, did you see what happened to my nigga Romelu Lukaku at
I know.
Cagliari?
Guys, we gotta figure this shit out, bro. This is a fucking joke. It's 2019.
It's 2019, fam, and
it's
they
like,
doing monkey noises.
It's not that people don't get it. It's that like people get it and then do it anyway and try to justify it.
And it's not like it's the first time. They did it in 2017. I forgot who it was.
Yeah.
They did it to Moise Keane last year.
It's not a lack of progress as much as is almost the opposite of progress. We're almost taking steps backward. It's worse than it was 10 years ago. So, I mean, I don't have the answers to it. I mean, I feel like anybody in our audience can agree that there's no place for that shit. If you're okay with that shit, fuck off and press stop right now. I mean,
right.
It's a fucking, I don't want to say tragedy, but it's pretty fucking disgusting that we're having this conversation now.
Like, it's just crazy. And wait, was it his fan base? Was it like the Inter Milan fans that tried to
So basically, the Cagliari Ultras were the ones who I guess I don't want to say it was decided, but it was figured out that they were the ones making the monkey noises in question. So the Inter Ultras went out of their way to release a statement defending their actions. And one of the opening phrases of the statement was, Romelu, I know you might think that's racism, but let us tell you, that's not racism.
Well, I beg to fucking differ.
Who
right?
the fuck are you to tell Romelu Lukaku that's not racist? What the fuck do you know? Yeah, it was, the more I think I get, it angers me. It angers me. It's fucking disgusting. I don't understand.
It's very similar to last year when it happened to Keane, his own captain.
He shouldn't have egged him on like that.
Right, like, no, my nigga, you're supposed to stick up for your fucking boy, man.
There's you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, is that even the people who might not be racist, they don't get it. There's no understanding of, even if you don't mean it, you're still being a racist asshole.
I mean, also in Europe, there's always been this underlying, it's always, with this whole Brexit shit. It was basically about fucking...
I think these feelings, the kind of economic difficulties of...
These immigrants are ruining our country, they don't like black people
obviously,
over there,
the whole world, 2008, people never really recovered from that recession. And, people, when times are bad, people look for scapegoats, and... the easiest people to blame are the people who might not look like the dominant group or the people who are most vulnerable. Welcome to my social studies class. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming, right? Yeah. Thank you for attending my TED Talk, right? Yeah. Fucking TED Talk. Let me see what else. I got a couple things on here from a podcast I was supposed to do with Bijan, but me and Bijan be high, man. Niggas
it's hard, bro. It's hard to coordinate.
Did you see Carli Lloyd kicking 50-yard field goals?
55. I don't think the NFL is ready for her. I think she's good enough to fucking kick in the NFL, absolutely. But I don't think the league is ready for such a strong, opinionated woman to play in the league.
But if there's one position that it could be, would be kicking.
And bro, like, she did that with no form. If you saw, she took like a 10-step run-up. Like, she's never been trained to do that in her life. And just off the strength of playing soccer, which is not the same thing.
Yeah.
There have been plenty of soccer players that have tried to fucking make it as an NFL kicker and not been good enough.
My boy, one of my best friends, Jamal, he was a soccer player his entire life. Senior year and shit, he hung out with all of the football players.
Yeah.
Because he's black, everybody on the fucking team was Spanish. Yeah. So he all hung out, with us and shit, chilling. I was like, my nigga, just come kick for us, bro.
Yeah.
And he was actually the only motherfucker on my high school team to play D1. D1.
Yeah, off the strength of
He went to
kicking.
Morgan State,
Awesome.
you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
actually fucking kicked for D1. Everybody else went D2 and
Yeah.
JUCO and
Look
all of
at
that shit. The guy that played one fucking year of high school ball.
It's a very specific skill set, you know.
No, yeah. That was what he was saying. He says
specialist.
it's totally not the same
Yeah.
the same thing. It's extremely hard
Yeah.
to compare the two because the way you kick, the form, you know, and the size of the ball, the way it's shaped. You know what I'm saying?
That oblong football shape, bro. It's not really a natural shape. But so for Carli to show up there with, I imagine, zero fucking warm up, no prior training, and to kill it like that's fucking. I mean, the coaches were saying she's probably good enough to do it, and they didn't say that about a lot of other soccer players.
I think somebody said that they offered her like a tryout for like next year or some shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, she should do it. Like I said, I don't think when push comes to shove, I don't think you're gonna find an NFL team that's gonna want to that's gonna have the balls to take the leap on it.
She'd make a lot more money playing football, I'll tell you that. You want to
Probably.
talk about that equal pay shit?
I know. Since until the U.S. gets to that equal pay shit, she might as well be better off playing the NFL.
I'm pretty sure the league minimum for the NFL is like $300,000.
I mean, now Carli's doing better than most because she probably has endorsements, blah blah blah. She's at least got a name. But yeah, I mean, that money shit, that's worth a shot.
So me and Bijan, we have a running joke for the last couple episodes. It seems like every episode we're talking about this motherfucking Neymar. Every episode.
Yeah, he's a soap
it's just
opera.
always this news, bro.
Yeah.
There's always something with him. So I don't know if you watch this show on Netflix. It's called Money Heist.
Yeah.
You watch Money Heist, right?
I heard he makes a cameo.
He makes a cameo in season 3, I think. So he's actually one of the because you know how they live in that church in that monastery with the monks.
Okay.
He shows up as one of the monks.
Wow.
But originally they took him off of the series because of that rape allegation.
Yeah.
But once they cleared it, now on Netflix, if you go back and watch the season again, the scenes with him in it are actually there.
No shit, because I watched that too soon.
Yeah, no,
First day that
that's
shit
what
came
it was.
out, I was
At
there.
first, they say, "Yo, it's a little bit too much heat right now, Neymar. I don't know if we want this kind of pub." So they cut him from the joint. Originally, they put him on because he's a very big fan of the show.
Not for nothing, but when I it was actually Neymar who put me on to the show. So I'm really not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I follow him on the gram, so I saw his Instagram story. He's watching Casa de Papel. So I was like, I took a mental note of it. And like a couple days later, my girl was telling me, he's like, oh, there's this show, Casa de Papel. My friend was watching it. And so when she said it, I was like, oh, the shit Neymar was watching. Bet, let's watch that shit.
Yo, man, what?
And fire. 2 days later, it was called Money Heist. Now all the fucking gringos are watching.
The fucking professor, man. My nigga.
Well, we can't. No spoilers. But Nairobi, I hope she comes back. I love you.
I love Nairobi too. Yo, I was surprised her ass was that fat. Yo, I remember in season 1 when she took off the little get up.
I remember.
I said, yo, Nairobi.
I'll never forget it. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I said, oh my god, I'll take that shit down. Actually, she's like a very like popular, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Spanish
and you know what?
actress.
Actually, all of them get a lot of work. So all of them appear, if you look deep enough in like the Spanish language section of Netflix, they all show up in other shows. Parker, the high school chick from the first season, she's in a lot of shit. She actually dates in real life. She dates the guy who plays Denver.
Okay.
Yeah. Allison Parker.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, so check that out. If y'all haven't seen my shit Money Heist, go check Money Heist out on Netflix.
From season 1. Honestly, season 1
it's 3 seasons.
Yeah. And then there's definitely got to be a 4th coming soon. That shit's fire. Probably my favorite show out right now. In the post-Thrones landscape, that's probably my favorite show.
Thrones, Narcos, and Money Heist might be up there.
Yo, have you heard of Frontera Verde, Green Frontier?
No.
Yo, it's just new shit in the fucking Colombian Amazon. Bro, the visuals in it, honestly, like, that's what really sucked me in, bro. Pause. Because I was fucking chilling in my bed, high as a kite, and just, like, looking at these visuals of the jungle. And it was fucking beautiful to watch. And then it's a pretty solid, like, supernatural crime thriller. Definitely worth a look.
I hear that. So there you go, man. So, it's about at an hour right now with the little 12-minute pregame.
Yeah.
We got an hour and shit, you know what I'm saying? And we just got to the crib,
I know,
too.
we covered TV, movies, fucking current events, bro.
What an episode, man. My nigga Mark came back with a bang,
Yo, do
son.
not fucking box us in, bro. We are potheads, but we are fucking intellectually formidable potheads. Welcome to the High Press Podcast.
Intellectually formidable. Spell that.
Which one?
But yeah, man, yo, check us out on Twitter, man. High Press Pod 420. We're on YouTube. We're on fucking all of the major streaming platforms now. iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeart.
We're gonna have to start doing live Twitch streams when FIFA 20 drops.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, and I already got the pre-order, so
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
So
it's already on.
Check us out, everybody. Thank you for listening. It's good to be back, E. Thanks for having me. It was a
Yeah,
great
man.
night,
Yo,
bro.
we got to get a show where we do a triple Skype call.
We gotta bring the squad together.
We gotta form the team, man. We gotta form the squad, man. But yo, Mark, good looking on coming to the game with me, my nigga.
Yes, my pleasure.
Much appreciated. And we'll do this again, yo. Until next week, High Press Podcast. We out, y'all.
Stay up.
Peace.
Yo, double up, man, I'm tryna add zeros. Them man there for the other win, but we got it last minute, man, I feel like Aguero. Long time, I've been dishing out CVs. Back down, I speak to a boss. And my young bro linking these girls, 950, got make up on his Fendi top. I'm on route to a mill, like Hesky. In my city, man, coming for the Sterling, I'm speeding like Stanley, so we might get tech. And this ain't no bin. She pull her top up like I said. She said she wanna go to the finals. Could she even hold the sim?